All right, friends, we're going to be doing some word problems and reasoning to see if what some people are doing in their example problems are correct, because we know how to solve them. And we're going to start with knowing how to solve the problem and explaining how to solve the problem and then solving it. So if you know how to actually solve the problem, then you should be able to go through someone's work and say, this doesn't make sense. This is where they messed up. So I have this posted on the assignment, and you can also go in your textbook on lesson 6.6, and this is copied from the text, so you can cut it out and glue it if you'd like. So I would like you to, I'm going to zoom out just a tad, to pause this video and to take these notes and then come on back. Okay, so you should have either glued it in or took the notes. So here's our question. I am going to take a different color pen because it is easier to do that, to identify what is my marks versus what's on the actual problem. And I'm going to circle information that I might need that's important, such as what questions are being asked of me, just kind of like what we do in science, and we underline how what is being asked of me, and then I circle the numbers. Miranda mixed 34.5 fluid ounces of blue paint, 40.5 fluid ounces of red paint, and 2 fluid ounces of black paint in order to make a purple paint. She poured the same amount of purple paint into each of 14 jars. How much paint did she put into each jar? So I have to find out, first of all, how much paint she has. Okay, so here are my, and then I have to find out, so this is a two-step problem. Then I have to find out how much she put in each of the 14 jars. So what are the quantities? Quantities means numbers. Quantities is numbers. Okay, so what do the quantities mean? So we have 35, 34.5, 40.5, and 2 is how much total paint she has, and 14 total jars. That's what the quantities stand for. Okay. How do I solve? How would I solve? And then I'm going to solve. So first, I need to add 34.5, 40.5, and 2 to find how much paint. Then divide that number by 14, because I'm evenly putting it into 14 jars. So now I'm going to do that. 34.5 plus 40.5 plus 2. So it must be a darker purple, because they put black in there. And I have to bring down my decimal point. Oh, I actually made a mistake here. I want to put the decimal point, so that's 0. The decimal points have to line up when you're adding decimals. So that's 0, because that's 10 total. 1, 5, 6, 7. 7. So 77 total ounces. Now that I have this done, now I want to divide it by 14, because I have 77 ounces and I want to divide it by 14. Okay, so I am going to, 14 does not go into 7, but it goes into, let's see, let's do 4. Oh, not quite. 5? We have 20. Okay, so that's 7. So if I have 7 ounces left, that would be half a jar, right? So I have half a jar. So 5 5.5 jars, or I could say 5.5 because that's half. Five and a half cans is my total. Now, if you're not exactly sure how I got 5.5, stick with 5.5. Okay. Sue made chicken soup by combining the entire 18.6 fluid ounce can of soup with a full can of water. So that means that she used 2 cans total for each time she makes soup. Okay, so 18.6 is the amount of soup. And then also 18.6 is the amount of water because she fills it up. She dumps it out and then she fills up the can completely. So she does it twice. And then we have 10 is each bowl. 10 ounces in each bowl. Okay, so I'm going to, first of all, find how much soup is made, how much soup we have. Then I'm going to divide by 10. And then I'm going to, the last question here, there's 2 questions, find out remainder. Okay, so we're going to solve now. So the first thing I want to do is 18.6 times 2. And that is because I have 1 can of water and 1 can of soup. That's 12, 17, and 3. Now I have 1 place value behind the decimal point, and so it is 37.2. I want to divide by 10. So 10 goes in 3 times. Bring up our decimal point. 10 goes in 7 times. Oh, I got to add a 0. 10 goes in 2 times. So we can have three full bowls. Okay. Is our first question. So we have 3.72 are 3 bowls, and 0.72 is our what is left over. Okay. Of the bowl. That's not ounces. That's of the bowl. So almost 3/4 of the bowl could be filled. So now in your problems, you are going to be going through and seeing if someone made a mistake, like if they gave you this and you see if they made a mistake, identifying the quantities and telling which step you should do first.